Hi guys, so I'm going to show you guys how to do a quick custom container or Christmas container of your own. You'll get a pot from us this size and we'll have it filled with soil, so that's all in the charge as well. So yeah, you'll get a pot full of soil and I just fill the soil up to the brim basically. And then in this little set that we're going to make, you'll get a spruce top, a little bit of noble fir, and then some cedar as well, just to add. And then as well, you will get 2 ornaments of different sizes, 2 pine cones, and then some berries just to spruce it up a little. So how I start is I fill my pot up with soil, basically to the top. And then I take my spruce top and I kind of put it on the outside to measure where it will sit. And then I kind of prune off the bottom branches so that you can push it in the soil well. Alright, once you've done that, I'm going to place mine in the middle, but you can place it further towards the back. So you set like a layout on the back, but I'm going to do one that you can kind of see from all sides. So you will just stick that right into the soil. Then you're going to prune a little bit off the bottom here. There we go. And then kind of just press it in so that, just like as if you were planting an annual or so. Just kind of pot her in there. And then I am going to take the cedar and start to kind of place it around the pot. And I'm just cutting smaller pieces so that it doesn't come too far out. And I'm just gonna kind of slide it in there. I like to use cedar just because it adds kind of that drapey feel across the front and back of it, just giving it a little bit more of a flowing look across it. So with this one, I'm just going all the way around the pot, setting a few stems in just to fill it up a little. Make it look kind of uniform. I'm doing a little bit here for symmetry, especially with greens, just because I like to know where I'm sitting and not trying to fill it more to one side or the other. So once you feel like you've got a pretty good base, that's at least how I start, you also have this noble fir to use. And the great thing about this is you can kind of have it spilling over the edge, or you can have a few of the pieces kind of sticking up and just kind of adding a bit of texture that way. So we're looking more like this. But the nice thing about this noble fir is it has a nice blue tint to it, which just adds another color, another texture, another variation to it as well. So with this one, I'm putting them in at kind of all angles. So it's really up to your eye how you would like to put them in. You can't do these pots wrong. Super easy, kind of just stick them in soil, and it's all to how your eye perceives it. So yeah, sometimes you might look at a pot and you're like, oh, that looks a little rough. But honestly, people always love your work, so you'll be good to go. With the noble fir, I do take a few of the needles off the bottom, just so that it sticks into dirt a little easier and is a little bit cleaner looking and nothing really sticks out too much. So. And if you have to, feel free to kind of resituate some sleeves and move it around and go up and above, just to add a little bit of that texture all the way around. So this is kind of how my pot is sitting right now. I'm just going to add one more piece here. So once you have all your greens basically set and you like how it looks and is full, if you have like a few, like I had a few extra taller cedar, so I'm just gonna pop them more upright to bring that cedar all the way through, so it doesn't look like choppy layers. But if you do have extra little pieces, that's what I love, is that I take some of these smaller pieces and I just put it in a little glass and put some water in it, and you get that real Christmas evergreen smell. Better than the candles, but don't get me wrong, I still love the evergreen candles. So once you're set, you will start to place some of these balls and pine cones and berries. So with this berry, I am going to rip off 2 of these smaller pieces so that I can add them in other places, and then leave this as a main chunk. I usually start with one of my bigger balls, and since I'm not always like completely symmetrical when it comes to this part, I like to place it more to one side. And then you'll also have this silver one, and I'm going to place it more like up front. I'm going to add this pine cone in the back here. I'm going to throw this pine cone in on the side, and then with a few berries, just add a little color there, and a little color there as well. And then I'm going to snip this so that it fits in the pot. Nice thing about these berries is you can spread the branches out a bit, so that way it's not all clustered. Take a good look at it, fix anything that needs to be adjusted. And then once you feel like you'll love it, there's your container. So yeah, this just covers a small little container and takes up a few. And if you want to do a custom container like this or make it take it, we'll have all the ingredients ready for you to make this container. If you want to add more to it, it will come at an additional cost and you'll have to pick that out on your own. But we're super excited for you guys to make your own containers as well. So thanks for joining us.